Welcome to another segment of Chamber Connection. I'm John Schmitt, President and CEO of the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce, and my guest for this segment is Sean Sebold, Principal of Sebold Capital Management. So welcome, Sean.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me.
So, Sean, tell us a little bit about Sebold Capital Management.
Well, Sebold Capital Management is an independent, fee-only wealth management firm, which begs the question, what's wealth management? Well, we have a very specific definition that we use for wealth management. We define wealth management as the combination and coordination of comprehensive financial planning with discretionary asset management, which essentially means what we do is we provide a comprehensive plan for our client, then we manage their money and their assets in order to help achieve their financial plan. So, in a word, you could kind of think of us as our client's personal CFO.
Okay. Now, describe your clients. Who would be a perfect client for Sebold?
Well, our market niche is generally in the high net worth area. Our average client size is, in terms of portfolio size, is roughly $1 million. We work with individuals. We work with families. We also do a lot of work in the business area. We work with middle market business owners. And what we do for them specifically is we do what we call business exit strategies. Every business owner leaves their business either voluntarily or otherwise. Mm-hmm. So what our job to do for them is to help them identify an exit strategy so that they can either get the most value for the business, or if they're transferring it within their family, you transfer it the least value. So the overarching, element to our client base is that our clients have very complex financial situations, a lot of financial products, a lot of things that have to happen in order for them to reach their goals, and we help them to achieve them.
Now, clients or customers have a lot of options in financial. What makes your company unique to all the others?
Well, there's several things that we think makes us very unique. First one is we're an independent firm. We're not owned by a bank, we're not owned by a brokerage firm, we're not owned by an insurance company. We're completely independent. Our mission is to earn our clients' trust every day by helping them to determine their financial goals and help them to achieve them. So we have nobody else looking over our shoulders except for our clients. Second, we are what we would call a holistic firm. So when we work with clients, we're not just looking at one thing. We're taking the scope of an entire financial plan and helping drive that towards that. And that can come in the areas of tax, in insurance. We don't sell any of these products, but what we do is we help advise them so our clients can have a very comforting, have a good comfort level that what we're doing is advising them what's in their best interests. Third is we have pretty strong processes in place that help our clients to achieve their goals. They come in the form of, when we first take on a client, we do a very comprehensive fact find. Who are they from an income statement, from a balance sheet, from a net worth statement? Then we go through things, so we learn their finances. Then we go on and learn who the people are. What are their goals? We ask questions like, if I wrote you a check today, John, for $50 million, would it change your life? And if so, why? How would you like to be remembered when you're gone? Describe your perfect day. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What do you have to do in order to get there? So we put those processes in place. And the last thing that we do, we think it makes us very unique, is we meet with our clients every 90 days. And we say, here are your goals, here are your objectives. Here's what we said we were going to do. Let's measure how we're doing. Let's measure investment performance every 90 days. Every 90 days, let's look at some piece of your financial plan that's going to enable you to get that much closer. That could be an insurance question, that could be an estate planning question, that could be, how's the business going towards our exit strategy? So being independent, having strong processes, looking at a holistic picture, and being able to be accountable to our client makes us very unique, we think, in the financial services industry.
Very much so. By the way, the $5 million check, I will accept that at any time.
Okay, absolutely.
Now, the economy and finances is very volatile right now, and so in having the people look at it every 90 days, you probably advise them not to look at it on a day-to-day basis, right?
We can advise, but unfortunately, behavior usually gets in the way.
Okay. So, what with the volatile markets, and what advice do you have to people, that might be watching, and some suggestions that you might be able to offer?
Well, the things that we really like to concentrate on is let's look at the financial plan. Whenever we do a financial plan, or anyone does a financial plan, what they should incorporate is some sort of volatility. And that can be volatility in the markets, that can be volatility in the tax code, that can be volatility in the legislative front for things that are going on in Washington relative to businesses. So we have to understand there is going to be some volatility. We're going to have swings from one side to the other. What And if we can get that onto in a nice plane for a client so that they understand the volatility, what it does is it enables them to take advantage of market opportunities. If we have a market that's very volatile and nobody's concerned about achieving their goals but taking advantage of market volatility, either with a down market where there's an opportunity to buy more, when there's a potential tax change, what strategies can be implemented with regards to the tax change, or even an estate tax code change. So there's a lot of opportunities when you see volatility in all of these different markets. If you have a good financial plan, what you're able to do is take advantage of them and not be concerned by them. That's what we would be recommending, is for people to go back to their plan and say, how does this fit and how can I take advantage of it?
Great. Now, Sean, you've been very involved in the Chamber of Commerce. You're on our board of directors right now, and you chaired our legislative committee. Well, how does, you mentioned government and legislative things. How does that fit into, why do you do that?
We do that for a number of reasons. Because of what we do when it comes to financial planning and strategies and tactics, there's a lot of things, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what side of the fence you sit on, that have an impact on someone's financial life. Just recently, we had the state of Illinois increase the state income tax rate. Mm-hmm. Well, that can have an impact on people's financial plans. There's a negative in that it can cost clients more money in terms of taxes. There's also a positive. What that does is it makes an Illinois 529 plan a little bit more attractive from a tax perspective. Mm-hmm. So being involved in the legislative committee, what we're able to do is kind of see things a little bit further down the road. It also helps us to implement what we think are good policies with regards to our clients to hopefully benefit the market environment in the state of Illinois. So we think it's a real good fit in terms of what we're doing.
Well, we appreciate everything you do. Now, if somebody's watching, they want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you, Sean?
They can get a hold of me at 630-548-9700 is our number, or you can email me at sts@seboldcapital.com.
Okay, great. And they contact you, and you'll come to wherever they're at, you'll sit down, have the initial meeting, and you'll go from there, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. 30-second elevator speech, you and I are in there. Why work with you instead of anybody else?
Because we know what we're doing.
That's pretty good. So, well, thank you, Sean. It's been very informative. My guest for this segment of Chamber Connection has been Sean Sebold, and we'll be right back with another segment of Chamber Connection.